Since I last made a rockhounding video, it's been a long time and I've gained a lot of knowledge about what I'm even trying to look at here. So I'm going to show you guys some of the rocks that I've been finding, just digging through rock beds and little places around throughout town, as well as the best ways to identify some of these. So these are all agates. Remember, agates don't have to be banded. We don't have to have bands say, where's a good one? Like this one, for instance. This one has wonderful bands going all around it, and it's kind of hard to tell in the video now, but once this is lighted up, this looks really, really cool. These, however, aren't exactly really pretty, but they are transparent. All of these here, whether they look like it or not, is actually an agate. And that's something that is a really loose term. Really what it is, it's a clear rock. It doesn't even have to be clear sometimes, but just anything that has is trying to form a crystal, but is just not getting there. And it ends up becoming like this. We're trying to form crystals, but instead we're just matrix. We're just a type of quartz. So agate is really just a type of quartz in there with chalcedony and different other things. Additionally, I have found a lot of petrified wood, and it's really cool to see how dated some of these are. Like, for instance, this one right here is probably a little bit newer than, let's say, this one. I could tell this one's a bit more black. I'm not an expert on this by any means, but just looking at the two, and it might just be the type of wood that was fossilized. Just looking at the two, this one looks to be a lot more, how do you say, not carbonated, but has a lot more carbon on it. This one is a bit more lighter and seems to be a lot more newer. So that's, I guess, how you can tell. I'm not an expert on that, but if somebody could answer that, that would be really cool. And like I said before, not all agates are going to be clear that you're going to see. For instance, I found a good bunch of like superior agates and also jasper agates, or jaspagates, as some people will call them. Where's another good one? One of these right here, actually found in a parking lot. And this one is barely even what somebody would call an agate at all, but you can see here it's trying to form crystals. So what do you think? Here's a really good example of why the term agate is used so loosely. If we could focus in on this one. We have some very dull banding going through here. Yeah, it's very shiny, but on the other side of this, it looks just like any normal rock. Oh, camera focus. Come on. There we go. It'll look like any rock. Except that if you'd never noticed the banding here, that doesn't mean it's not an agate. Just because it looks like a normal rock doesn't mean it's not something special. Some more cool stuff I found. This is an awesome, like, superior agate. This is absolutely beautiful. Some nice jaspers in here. And I don't know if this is a coprolite, but it definitely looks like it. Also could be a conglomerate, which is also cool. Because really, I mean, it looks like, you know, dinosaur dung, fossilized, you know. Because look at these pieces. These almost look like bone fragments or fragments of some kind of material in there, because they're definitely different than the rest of the matrix that this rock is composed of. So I'm very eager to want to know if this is actually a coprolite, which is, you know, fossilized dung, or is actually a just a conglomerate of rock, but this is the first one I've actually been kind of iffy on. Boy. Fun fact, just hanging around and digging through those rock beds at gas stations can give you beauties like these. I'm not entirely sure if these are all Lake Superior agates, or if these form naturally somewhere else in the world. But just wow. That is wonderful. Additionally, you could find some really, really nice fossils. Some that are even crystallized like this. All turned into a really nice quartz. And they glisten sometimes. What I like to see is people getting out and finding new things to do, especially during COVID or whenever you say you're in a small town like me and there's not much to do. This is what I do in my free time. Rocks, big rocks, small rocks. I like rocks, you like rocks, right? Here's some more crystallized fossil. All through there is a sea lily I mentioned in my other video, but this one is instead all clear quartz. It may be hard to see because of the lighting here, but all these are all crystallized through this. It is so pretty. And I found this locally in Illinois. And really, there are just things that you're gonna need help with. I need help with whatever this is. It is so pretty. But I don't know what it is. It's definitely a sedimentary rock. Because it's rubbing off my hand right here. And it's definitely sandy-like, but it's so beautiful. Additionally, what is even this? I know it's an iron oxide rock, but how does that little formation even get in there? You know? And same thing with these little fossils. This one's crystallized. Really beautiful. Almost same with this. I'm not exactly sure what type of animal these came from. By animal, I mean like a sponge or early aquatic creature. But these are really cool. I just really hope that more people can find and appreciate these things and hopefully make a few friends that will be able to be into this stuff. Additionally, to end this one off, just recently this week I found the biggest Lake Superior agate ever. And it may not look like it. To everybody I show it's just a rock. But just look at the little bands going all around. The entire thing. In the palm of my hand. But look, remember, just because it has bands, or just because something doesn't have bands doesn't mean it's an agate. Doesn't mean it's not an agate, sorry. But you can just tell sometimes by the way these look on the outsides, on the other not pretty side of the agate, that it might hold something special inside. I've got a bunch that I'm wanting to cut open, sitting on my chair over there. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope that you guys can find some really neat stuff. Be sure to tag me and let me know, because this is something that's really fun to do. You can do this locally, and it really doesn't take up that much time. You know, just stop by whenever you're shopping or whenever and dig through a little rock bed now and then, and you might just end up with something beautiful like these.